Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my creative time with Emma. Today we're going to be doing another teacher's card for my other son. At first he didn't want one that he colored in like the way I made for Anthony, but then when he saw Anthony working on his, he actually changed his mind. So we are going to be making that card Anthony made was for his teacher, Mr. Viss. He actually has a man teacher. And Aaron, baby Aaron, has his teacher. Her name is Mrs. Elias. And for his card, we're going to be using Plantin's school book. And we're going to be using the little roly-poly apple here on page 77. And we're also going to be using the font for that. And for the frame, I'm using Zubaloo cartridge for the frame. And we're using the frame that's on page 127 on that cartridge. Okay, and we're going to be using the same marker feature because he wants to also color his in too. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did it on my gypsy right now. Okay, here we go. I kind of have it all set up already for you. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so you could see. Okay, so how I did it here. Let's try to make it in the middle so you can see. It's kind of big. I have an A9 size envelope for this, so this is going to be the full, the card. I'm going to be using the cardstock, the full 8.5 by 11. So I'm not sure if you could see this or not, but this is the frame around it. And what I like about the markers is you don't have to do separate pages. Only the separate page goes for the actual card. The cardstock that you're going to cut out. But for the marker part, you could do it all on one page. I love that feature. So this one here, if you could see the frame, this is the frame around it. And I went ahead and spelled out, "Thank you, Mrs. Elias." And I went ahead and I put the 5 little apples in the center. And he wants me to go ahead and put the little faces in the apples with the peachy keen stamp. So that's what we're going to do. So, and then on page 2, what I did was I just kind of, oops, let me get back here. On page 2 is what I did the card. So what I did was I just got a shape of an 8.5 by 11 rectangle shape. And I went ahead and I'm not going to cut that part out since it's going to be the full page, but I wanted it to, I hope I'm explaining this right. I haven't had my coffee yet. So anyways, what I did was I just got the page and I put it on here just so I could line up how I want my marker to draw it out. So I hope that made sense. So let's go ahead and draw the first page here, which is, it's going to say, "Thank you, Mrs. Elias." Let me go ahead and get my mat ready. Okay, here it goes. I went ahead and I put the full, now it's going to cut out, we're going to use the full size paper. And this is the 8.5 by 11 white cardstock, which is my favorite from Paper Tray Ink. So I'm going to go ahead and get this loaded in my Cricut. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the little cut button feature. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on Load Mat. And before I get started, you know what? I need to put my marker. I need to replace the blade with the marker. Let me grab that really quick. So I'm using my paper, my extra little scrap piece of paper again so I won't mark on my cardstock here while I'm changing out the blade. Oops, let me put this down. Okay, and it has right here on your marker to set your speed at 3 and set the pressure at 2. So I went ahead and did that, and let me go ahead and put this in here. Part is done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on the little cut button again. And it's telling me to check the blade depth and pressure, which I already did. So we're just going to go ahead and click on OK. And it's going to start drawing for us. Okay, there it goes. Going to start drawing it for me. so it's all done. And what we want to do is grab your gypsy, and you're going to go ahead and click on Unload Mat. Now remember, we're not cutting out the card because we're using, remember yesterday how we went to page 2 to actually cut out the card? We're not going to do that because we're using the whole page. So this is it right here. Didn't that come out perfect? So here it goes right here. Thank you, Mrs. Elias. So I'm going to go ahead and score it in the middle. Looks like the marker got a little bit on here, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and, you know what? Let me see. Okay. Okay, look at how perfect it is. So now this is all ready for Aaron to go ahead and decorate it and color it however he wants. And you will see the finished product when he's done on my blog. Thank you so much for joining me again for another teacher appreciation card. And tomorrow I will be making the little gifts to go with it. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.